welcome. My name is Deborah, and I make living alone lifestyle content, sharing my life as a 20-something-year-old woman living in Calgary, Alberta. I'm so thrilled and glad to have you here, and I hope you stick around. So today's Monday. It's my first time picking up the camera. So I'm kind of like filming this in sort of real time. If you're new here, obviously, you wouldn't know that I took all of March off of uploading just to focus on some work. But while I was away, I was filming intermittently. But now I'm back to filming more in real time, and it kind of feels weird, honestly, but not so much. I have missed it. I did enjoy having a little bit of downtime throughout the month, but I have missed picking up the camera and vlogging. And so I'm really looking forward to getting back into the groove of things. And I thought I might like just kind of like ease myself back into it by filming a work day in my life. So today we're going to spend a work from home day together. I'm having a little bit of a later start to the day today, I'm not gonna lie, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. I I was traveling all of last week, and I only got back home on Saturday, like very late Saturday night. And my Sunday was honestly, I was busy on Sunday too. So I'm wishing that I had taken today off, but I did not. I'm going to be a grown up about it and still honor all of my commitments. But I have a fairly busy work day ahead of me. I am planning on going to the gym over lunch. I have a meeting right after lunch throughout the afternoon. And then after that, I am going to run a quick errand to pick up my prescription because I need that. But I also want to make some sourdough bagels today. So one of the first things that I'm going to do right now is actually right after I make my coffee, feed my sourdough starter so it has several hours to just kind of grow and develop and become nice and bubbly in preparation for me to bake with it later today. And so without further ado, let us get into making coffee. So important. I would like a cup right now. I'm also very excited to be using my New Orleans mug that I just picked up. It's the Starbucks Discovery Series. Yeah. Okay, so coffee's ready. And I know I said I was going to feed my sourdough starter, but I have to change plans because I went into my pantry and I realized I'm out of, actually, hold on. So yeah, I don't have enough bread flour to be able to make my sourdough bagels. And bread flour is, you definitely need bread flour to make sourdough bagels. So I can't use like all purpose or anything like that. So yeah, no bagels for me today, unfortunately. That might just have to be a later in the week kind of deal. It's fine. So yeah, I already have to change my plans today. It's okay. I was really looking forward to like making some sourdough bagels because I really want to get more into like making sourdough stuff, but I'm just a bit unprepared. I haven't been grocery shopping and I have no plans to go today. I'm gonna go tomorrow instead, so then I will get the flour that I need, the right kind of flour that I need. But for now though, I am going to proceed to get into work, drinking my coffee, and just kind of like getting situated for the day. It feels weird because I've been gone for like a week, so I feel like I'm kind of off of my work routine. So I need to sit down, create a to-do list of everything that I'm trying to accomplish this week and get right to it. So come with me as we do all of that. Okay, like I said, the first thing I need to do is create a to-do list. I'm just like getting off of like a few weeks of only just focusing on one project, and so I feel all sorts of discombobulated. I hope this is not too close to my mouth, but I had created during that time a list of projects or things that I need to do after I was done the annual report. So I think I'm just going to reference that. But for today, though, I have some things that I need to like immediate to dos. So I'm going to use a red pen. I hate this notebook so much. I cannot wait for it to be done. But I'm using a red pen. I feel like this is probably upside down, but that's fine. But I think one of the things that I definitely want to do today is submit my PD, so professional development expenses that I incurred while I was traveling last week. And then I want to summarize all of my learnings from the conference and just do a little bit of a write-up. I want to also start looking into reviewing some submitted applications and creating profile reports for them. So these are the three main things that I'm going to work on doing today. And then this is on top of all the other stuff that like my usual day-to-day work. These are all the receipts I need to look through and like scan in PDF and submit. So I think I'm going to get that out of the way first. But I'm super excited to be back to work. I really do enjoy my job. Sorry, I have so many liquids going on right now. I enjoy my job and the work that I do, so this is always a treat for me. And the annual report season just it was like tunnel vision. I had a lot of things, a lot of reports to get through, and so I was just focused on that. And I'm grateful that I have the backing of a great team that allowed me to, simply just focus on the one task. So I was able to get it done sooner. So I actually also need to like do like that debrief and review and note all my timelines and how quickly I was able to get things done. But I am super excited to just like get back to the meaty, more satisfying aspect of my work. So yeah, I'm gonna stop chit-chattering now and get to crossing off one thing off my to-do list. The expenses, like expense form, is going to be the easiest thing I do today. So I will focus on that, and I will come up for air much later, maybe when I'm about to go to the gym. We might go to the gym together, depending. The gym might be busy, so maybe not. But yeah, I'm going to stop talking now. Okay, I don't know. I feel like it's been such a long time since I've chatted to the vlog, and so I just want to just like keep talking, but I have work to do. So I think later tonight I'll set out some time for us to do a bit of yapping. I hate the term yapping, but because it just sounds like insulting. But I'm going to set out some time later tonight for us to just kind of chat and for me to share how everything's going right now. But until then, I'm just going to focus on work, and I will see y'all later. The way I've like put my hair back makes me look like such an egghead. But anyway, it's a little bit after 11 and I've just decided to take my lunch now. And so like I said, I will be heading over to the gym just to get in a quick like workout. Usually I do like deadlifts with on leg days, but my left shoulder has been acting up really badly since like Friday. So much so that I can't like move it. I don't have a lot of range. And so doing any kind of pulling motion right now just does like seems inadvisable. So I'm not going to do deadlifts. I probably also will rethink my back exercises for the week. But anyway, I'm talking too much. I'll show you guys what I'm wearing. So this is the fit. I'm just wearing these green shorts. I think these are Sunzel. They're like an Amazon brand. I've got a black tank top and just this jacket over top. I'll take off the jacket obviously when I get to the gym. And also later on when we start to do our chat, I will talk about something new, a goal that I'm trying to work toward in terms of like my workouts and exercise and health and fitness and all of that. But I'll talk about that later. I don't want to dally too much. I want to go get this workout done, come back and continue on with work. I actually have a meeting pretty much right after lunch that's going to be for like a couple of hours, so that's going to be most of my afternoon. So I would like ideally to come back before that meeting just so I can get in a bit more work before the end of the day. But okay, talking too much now. I will shut this down and head to the gym, get a good workout in, and I will see y'all later. Hi friends, so it is the end of the workday for me and I am actually just about to go run a quick errand. I need to pick up my prescription. Ideally I would have picked this up like last week, but alas, I was away. So I'm just gonna drive. It's about like a 25-ish minute drive. I want to take like the fewest kilometers to get there, but that would take like 30 minutes as opposed to 23 minutes, but like 26 kilometers. Oof. I'm trying not to put like a lot of kilometers in my vehicle, but like, I don't know. Maybe I'll just... Any hoosers. I know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, so that's what I've got going on right now. I'm just gonna head out and I will see y'all when I'm back home. Okay, I am back home now. It is about 5 p.m. and I'm feeling very, very tired, but I'm honestly just trying to find a little bit of motivation, momentum, energy to get through the rest of my evening. I really don't want to like sit down and like rest until I've done everything I want to do. But right now though, I really want to wash my hair. I meant to wash this before I traveled, but I just didn't have the time to get to it. I think at this point I've had my braids in for maybe 5 weeks and I want to carry them for another 2 weeks or so before I get do like a new style. But like my scalp is gross. It's disgusting. I have really dry scalp, and it's a condition called seborrheic dermatitis. So my scalp gets very dry, very flaky, and I have like certain like hot spots around my scalp that get like really, really irritated. So I do have a conditioner or like a shampoo that I use to help alleviate the uncomfortable symptoms like the itch. It's a very basic one. It's the Head and Shoulders Clinical Strength Dandruff Defense shampoo. This actually got recommended to me by a dermatologist. So it's a selenium sulfide dandruff and seborrheic dermatitis shampoo. Okay, looking a little bit wet, obviously, but scalp is mostly clean. The reason I honestly don't like washing my scalp until much later is it just makes the new growth so much fuzzier. Anyway, I also wanted to just take the time to update y'all on some of my health and fitness goals, kind of like long term maybe. So I've never really considered myself a cardio type person. I don't really like doing HIIT. I don't like running. I definitely can't do any long distance running, but I've always wished that I was. Yeah, so I've always been not envious, but I've always admired people that can run long distances and have that sort of endurance. And I've never felt like I could be a runner, but this year I've decided that I really want to change my mindset when it comes to doing things that I consider hard. And so I decided that at some point, maybe later this year or next year, I'd like to run either a 5K or a 10K. Ideally, I'd start with a 5K. So I am just going from being a couch potato, quote unquote, but not really, to being a runner. So this is like, starting April, I'm going to be training to build my endurance to get to running a 5K, eventually a 10K, and maybe more long distance runs. So the reason I'm doing this is to challenge myself and to change that mindset I have of not being a runner, quote unquote, because I think that's just like a fixed mindset, and I don't think I have a fixed mindset I don't want to have a fixed mindset, because you can change your mindset and move toward a more growth mindset where you believe that through practice and trial and challenging yourself, you can pretty much achieve whatever you set your mind to. And so that's sort of like the motivation that's come with wanting to become a runner and wanting to adopt that into my sort of lifestyle, my health and wellness lifestyle. And it's also because I've been primarily just strength training and doing resistance training for probably going on, like seriously doing it, probably going on like 6 years now. I've been like a gym goer, a very consistent gym goer, even at like points in my life where I didn't feel like I was making any gains off of going to the gym. And so going to the gym is just such an important part of my wellness routine. But I am feeling like I'm just sort of doing the same things over and over again, the same 3, 4, 5 day workout split: legs, chest, shoulders, tries, back, biceps, throwing some abs, throwing some HIIT workout here and there. And I think I'm just like desiring a change and wanting to switch it up a little bit, in addition to really wanting to challenge myself to approach endurance and difficult physical activities differently. So starting April 1st, I'm really going to be challenging myself to become a runner. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I would be glad to bring y'all on that journey with me. And, hopefully this time next year I can look back on this video or just reflect back on my decisions to do this and just be proud of how far I've come and how I've been able to change my mindset, change my outlook on fitness and wellness, and maybe I'll come to like the different decisions like, okay, yeah, I tried it, I was able to get to running a 5K or run longer distance, but ultimately I just don't enjoy running as much. Or I may just fall in love with running and completely break away with old notions of me not just liking cardio, right? So we'll see. Yeah. Okay, my braids are dripping wet, so I'm going to put this into a t-shirt, and God, my bathroom floor is also a mess. Put this into a t-shirt, do my skincare, and start cleaning up. Okay, I've been talking for like 10 minutes now. It's crazy. Okay, seeing as it is the end of the month, I really want to close out my budget for the month and finalize my budget for next month. And I also want to look at my goal tracker for April and everything I want to accomplish for April. So I figured I might like quickly take y'all through that. Let's start with my expenses. I'm not going to show like every single thing, and like I've talked about this in other videos, but like I don't know how I want to. I really would like to talk more about finances, but I don't know how I want to do that without being overly transparent about my finances. I think some things it's definitely something I like to keep a bit more private. I want to be able to give, more generalized advice, but I don't know. But I will do like a screen recording. So March was honestly sort of an expensive month. I'll show y'all everything that I budgeted for the month of March. So I had over budgeted, and I tend to do that. And I think it's just because I like to see that I'm under budget. But anyway, I had budgeted a total of $6,289. And mind you, that is a bit higher than normal because I knew that this month I was going to be traveling. And this expense summary breakdown includes all of my fixed monthly expenses. So that's all of my bills, my subscriptions, everything, like my mortgage, everything that I know I pay for on the same date every single month. So those are all of my fixed monthly expenses. And then in terms of everything else is sort of variable. And I went over in like certain categories, definitely like the clothing. I did a little bit more shopping than I had budgeted, but that's okay. And also went a bit over in like the toiletries aspect. And usually my waxes, cost for my waxes are fixed. So I don't know why I went over here, but I think maybe they just increased the prices and I didn't notice. And the other category that I went over in was in terms of gifts. I spent $100 more than I had budgeted. And then for eating out, I went over just slightly, $23.61. But everything else, I kind of stayed within like a reasonable range. And then in other things, like, I had budgeted like $273 for hobbies, so like buying books and stuff, and I only ended up spending like $131, so way less than I had budgeted. And then travel is really where I'm quite happy about. I had budgeted $700, but I ended up spending just under $600, so that was pretty good. So my expenses were pretty good. So in total, I ended up spending $5,317.29. And mind you, this is not all of like I'm not like spending all of my income on this. Obviously, certain parts of my income go toward these expenses, but for instance, all of the money that I spent on travel had been saved up prior. All of the money that I spent on clothing was money that I had saved up prior. So it's like I have different categories that I pull from. And so I'm still hitting all of my savings and investments targets that I had set out for the month, but I'm still also able to spend in other categories as I want, just because, again, I save up for them. So that's that. I have also really been like playing with the idea of creating like a financial spreadsheet and like budget and expense tracker that I can make available for anyone that's really wanting to get serious about their finances this year. This year, personally for me, like I've always been serious about my finances, but this year I'm making more of like a very concerted effort to not play with my money and to track every expense and to make sure that at the end of the month I'm paying off my credit cards in full. I am meeting all of the savings and investment targets that I set for myself, and I'm still able to buy the things that I want, obviously within reason, and save up for the things that I'm not able to get right away. And I feel like in large part, I'm able to do that because I have this means of seeing where my money is going, and being able to be focused about meeting certain goals, right? And I think I've had this idea of creating a budget and expense, like income and expense tracker for a while now. It's not going to be like to this level. I think to start, I might just create like a simple income expense tracker for anyone that's new to like wanting to track their finances, and then kind of moving up and sharing like a bigger dashboard from there. And I don't know, it's something I've been playing with. If this is something that you feel like you'd be interested in, I definitely will I'm taking it seriously, but it's just something I wanted to put out there. Obviously, when I create this and when I make it available, it's going to be very affordable because I don't believe in putting a financial barrier to gaining financial success. But at the same time, I want to be able to recognize the hard work and time that I'm going to put into creating this product, putting it out there. So I want to be able to, compensate myself fairly, but also make sure that it's accessible for people who need it. Does that make sense? So it's something that I'm working on. I'm hoping that I might have something ready in the summer, but let me know in the comments if that's something that you'd be interested in. Mind you, this is not like a finance channel. I'm just a girl who is taking her own finances into her own hands, and because I believe that is truly the clearest path to financial success. And I just want to be able to use the little knowledge that I know to help anybody else out that is at the beginning stages. Okay. But so my March closeout is pretty much done. I'm going to move on to my April budget. What I like to do is throughout the month, in anticipation for creating the budget for the next month, I like make a list of all the things I feel like I want to try and get that month. It just allows me to sit on things and to not be impulsive with my purchases. So like throughout the month of March, I've been thinking ahead of all the expenses that I'm going to have for April. And I have a list going here. You won't be able to see it, but I have a list going here. I think I need to add a bit more into this. And this essentially just kind of helps inform how I project expenses for the next month. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time doing that. I'm also going to spend a little bit of time because so today was payday, so I'm going to spend a little bit of time kind of divvying up my income and moving money into different accounts and paying off my credit card balances. So that's what I'm going to do for the next little bit. And then I'll come back and I'll probably start wrapping it up for the night, y'all. It's going on 6:30. I think I should be done doing this around 7. So I will see you then. Friends, I think this is where I'm gonna wrap up the vlog. It is a little, actually no, it's past 8:30, which means I am creeping up to my bedtime. I'm just going to spend the rest of the night reading. I've journaled, I've packed my lunch. I managed to do everything I wanted to do on my to-do list today, and I'm feeling pretty good. So I'm ready to go to bed. Although I made myself like hot cacao, and I'm pretty sure cacao probably has some caffeine. Maybe it won't affect me. Yeah, I'm just gonna spend the rest of the little time I have here before I have to call it a night reading. But I hope y'all have enjoyed spending a work from home day with me. But let me know how you enjoyed this vlog, and also just let me know your thoughts about, some of the things that I shared in today's vlog. But I hope y'all have enjoyed watching this vlog and spending the day with me. Thank you all so much for being here. I want you to know that I love and appreciate you more than you know. And if you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for sticking to the end. And I hope you join our little family in this little corner of the internet that we've got going on here. But that's everything I have to share for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see y'all next week in another vlog. Bye.